He was called the preacher because he lived by this code. He always loved his neighbor and the horses that he rode. I was called that gunslick kid, a thief, and all the rest. But the preacher tried to change me, living the code of the West. The preacher tried to teach me what things were good and bad, because I never knew my mama, and I never had a dad. But I was always fighting for a pride that was always wrong. But he still tried to say, it's in your heart you must be strong. See, the preacher never cared what others thought of him. He put his life in the hand of God and never looked back again. But me, I never figured anyone could love me so. Even though the preacher said that in time you will know. We were driving Texas cattle. For Kansas we were bound. We fought an Indian battle when we heard a rumbling sound. A stampede had been started, and I was in its course, when here come the preacher, putting the steel to his horse. The preacher's guns are blazing as he thundered toward the herd, but them cows, they kept a-comin', and then a wild cry was heard. I thought my life was over when I saw his horse go down, but the preacher kept on firing, pinned to the ground. His deadly gun had turned the herd, but for him it was too late. So he raised his eyes up to the Lord, prepared to meet his fate. He gave his life to save a friend, the only way to die. The preacher never stopped or even worried why. And then this feeling hit me. It was like none I'd ever known. This man, he gave his life for me, in spite of what I'd done. I knew right then that God was alive and really doing well. So I set my teeth against the pain and ran into the gates of hell. They never knew the reason why I raced to his side, but I had to try to free him, or together we would die. Side by side they laid us, in graves at our last rest. The tombstone read they died, live in the code of the West.